For years, governments have attempted to regulate new emerging technologies on a global scale. We've seen the ongoing battle with social media, and now it has continued into the realm of artificial intelligence. But as Harvard University professor of economics Roland Fryer writes in a recent op-ed for the Wall Street Journal, quote, "The hardest part of regulating isn't deciding what you want, it's figuring out how to get it." Joining us now is the author of that op-ed and CBS News contributor Roland Fryer. It's great to have you, Roland.
Oh, it's so good to be here.
What makes regulating something like AI so difficult?
Well, the issue is the regulators don't actually know what they're regulating. In the laws, it says anything that, for example, makes a prediction is considered AI. That includes statistical models that have gone back for centuries. And so that's the core issue. It's hard to regulate something when you don't actually know what that something is. And the gap between the developers of the AI, what they know about the systems, and what the regulators know, that's the core economic issue. That big gap in information is what makes it so hard to regulate.
So how can legislators regulate a technology they don't fully understand?
They can't. They can't. They have to be more humble about it. I mean, look, New York, California, Illinois, they're all, these laws are basically process and paperwork. They are not doing the hard work of figuring out which companies are actually building AI that's helpful for humanity and which ones might actually be harmful. And unless you can do that, distinguish between those two, that's the real issue. I mean, I'm working with companies that are throwing out algorithms that are being used to actually select people in a more meritocratic fashion. And so the irony of all of this is we have regulating AI to get rid of bias, but that regulation is causing people to pull technologies that were actually less biased than human judgment. So I think it's really difficult.
Very difficult, it sounds like. So in your opinion, Roland, what steps need to happen to properly regulate artificial intelligence in order to be more transparent and beneficial from an economic standpoint?
Yeah, we have to stop, focusing on processes and paperwork and stop trying to mandate those things and actually sit and think about creating a set of incentives that will allow AI systems to actually, and companies, to reveal themselves because it's in their best interest. So, for example, maybe we have two tracks, just to be simple. One that is transparent, and you get leeway from an auditor because you've opened up all your code. And if something happens, there's lenient punishment. Or maybe you say no transparency, but that company who's not willing to open up their code so that we can see if the AI is dangerous or not has really strict liability. And allow the companies to choose between those two. They can decide whether they want transparency with leeway or no transparency and full liability. But you really have to get the incentives right. And that's what's beautiful about the economics of this, is that you don't have to know more than the AI developers to create a set of incentives to help them reveal themselves.
All right. I have a feeling we're going to continue talking about this. Roland Fryer, thank you.